Ready for another new brand? Are you ready to be introduced to another new fragrance house, a niche house? Are you familiar with Nino Amaddeo? Does that name ring a bell? Those of you that are from France, do you know this name? Well, he is the guy that was behind the brand Reminiscence, and he has now launched his own brand. And today, I'm previewing 3 fragrances from this house. First one is featuring my favorite note, Patchouli. This is Patchouli by Nino. Second one is Terra Balmant, this one right here. And then finally, Cuir Superbe. So 3 fragrances I'm going to talk to you about today. 1 unisex, 2 for men. We do have a giveaway. As promised, we do have giveaways with these introductions to new perfume houses to subscribers, and this particular brand wants to sponsor a worldwide giveaway. So if you're curious to find out about these 3 fragrances and have a chance at winning one of them, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Yes, today we're talking about Nino Amaddeo fragrances, and this is a brand I found out, or I read about later last year. In fact, I think it was around a year ago exactly that I discovered this brand had launched, and I read that the man behind this brand, Nino Amaddeo, is one of the folks behind the brand Reminiscence and that very, very famous fragrance Patchouli, which I have reviewed on the channel with Dahlia. Both Dahlia and I love it. And they do have a new one called Patchouli by Nino. It's a little difficult to see the name in this lighting in here, but let's see, here it is. So that's Patchouli by Nino. So I'm going to tell you about this one plus the 2 additional fragrances, but before we do all that, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So when I first read about this house and the fact that he used to be part of Reminiscence, I read about the Patchouli by Nino, I was like excited. I love patchouli, and I love testing new patchouli and seeing how they do it. And I got really excited when the folks behind the brand, Nino Amaddeo, reached out to me and asked me if I was interested in checking out the brand, and I told them, yes, I'm very, very interested. I found out about the brand later last year. I'm very, very curious about the Patchouli by Nino because I love Reminiscence Patchouli, and I would love for you guys to be part of Introduction to New Perfume Houses video series that I'm doing. So I had to go through and find the fragrances, and I picked these 3 fragrances. And as I said, Patchouli by Nino is unisex, and the other 2 fragrances, Terra Balmant, this one right here, and Cuir Superbe, are male targeted. And when I look at their website, they're not that expensive either. So 100 ml of Patchouli by Nino is 95 euros. 100 ml of the 2 male fragrances are 85 euros. So if you do the math, it's not much more than about $110, $115 for a bottle of this, and approximately around $100 to $105 for these 2 fragrances. So niche fragrances for this particular price point is pretty darn good. First off, I'm going to do impressions on the one that I've been dying to do impressions of, but I have been wearing it and smelling it, and I've been really enjoying this particular patchouli. But this is called Patchouli by Nino from the house of Nino Amaddeo. 100 ml, 95 euros. It's considered an oriental woody. Notes are bergamot in the top notes, heart notes, patchouli and sandalwood in the base notes, vanilla, cocoa. So not a lot of notes, but you experience some great notes in here, and it smells fantastic actually. So let's go ahead and spray it. I really love the bottle. It's simplistic, it's classy, it's not like over the top. The box it comes in is also very straightforward, pretty simplistic. So you're not paying for a lot of packaging here. That's why the prices are pretty inexpensive. That's how the box looks. And I like this kind of classy bottle. It's just minimalistic, but you can see the nice juice color, orangey amber color. And the fragrance itself is very, very balsamic. I get very, very balsamic quality. I feel like even though they don't mention amber, there is very much an ambery touch in here. So does it remind me of Reminiscence Patchouli? Yes and no. This feels a little more earthy. It feels a little more woody and not so gourmand, even though we see the cacao note listed as a note here. I feel like it's a little more colder, not necessarily warm. Like even though I get the ambery touches, I feel like it's a colder rendition of amber. Just a colder experience. It just feels like an intense dark patchouli. Light chocolate hints, dark chocolate hints. And you know, you've got light, very, very light bergamot at the top, and not even a lot. And then immediately you're going right to the patchouli, because the patchouli is taken over, because it is all about patchouli anyway. Some sandalwood notes, but you know what, I get some resinous touches in here. It's kind of balsamic. I feel like there might be some resins or maybe some labdanum for some amber, but you know, in the end, it is warm. It's not like an ultra cold patchouli. It's warm, but I feel like there are cooler elements, a lot earthier and woodier elements. I just visualize patchouli in the winter here, in the cold winter air with this one. So in the end, it does have chocolate and warm touches, vanilla and things like that. This is definitely a cooler patchouli, but I really dig it. I could totally wear this one in the winter time. A little goes a long way with this one also, because it's pretty potent, and that is Nino Amaddeo's Patchouli by Nino. Again, it's 100 ml for 95 euros. And as I said, we do have a giveaway, 1 bottle of choice, worldwide giveaway to 1 subscriber of this channel. And if you wanted to pick that fragrance, you can pick that fragrance. So let's move on to the other two. All right, so we're gonna move on to Cuir Superbe. And what does that mean? Superb leather, basically. I believe it translates to. Cuir is leather, obviously, and that's this bottle right here. Again, as you can see, this is a more masculine bottle. This is a little more feminine. It's rounded. I mean, I just visualize rounded bottles to be a little more feminine. This is square. This one is Cuir Superbe, 100 ml for 85 euros. This is considered a leather. They call it a gourmand, and I'm not sure I agree with it being gourmand. I would call it a fruity leather. So with this one, of course, the fruity, gourmand kind of going into the similar territory. But for me, I associate gourmand with vanilla, caramel, you know, chocolate and things like that. And this has hazelnut and fig in the top notes. So it's a figgy leather after all. So with the notes, we got hazelnut, fig in the top notes. In the heart, you have iris, and the base notes, leather and oud. So in the end, what do we get with this one? So I get the fruit of the... Let's spray it actually. Let me spray it so I can smell it a little closer, because I wore this one. First, it wasn't one of my favorites. It was kind of rubbing me the wrong way, but then I started enjoying it and then figuring out that not only does it have fruity notes in here, I pick up some green notes as well, because there's something ozonic about it. Lightly aquatic for some odd reason. I don't know where I'm getting that. So it's fruity at the top and slightly nutty, but more fig. And I feel like the fig and the leather are basically the main notes here. Those are basically fighting with another, because I get an equal amount of fig in here and leather. And again, the fig, I get the fruity kind, a little hints of the leaves, and kind of going into an ozonic, slightly aquatic direction. Not sure where I'm getting that. There's some powdery elements here, and I feel like if you've ever been around a fig tree, you get the dusting on that tree. It's covered in dust. Usually it attracts dust, and I feel like when you shake it, you can see like dust floating in the air. So I'm visualizing kind of the powderiness of the dust that's covered on the fig tree with this one. You do pick up some oud, but for me in the end, it's mostly about the leather and the fig note, and it's very unique. So we've done leather with lots of fruity notes, dried fruits. We've done leather with things like raspberries, but this is the first time I'm experiencing leather with fig, and I like it. But as I said, at first it was a little challenging for me. I'm not sure why, because the combination was not what I thought I'd like, but I opened up to it because I really, really love fig in fragrances. I really do. And this one, I guess, now I'm enjoying. So this is Cuir Superbe, and from what I read on their website, this is a winner of an award, some Elle magazine award. So that's Cuir Superbe. I do want to mention one more thing about Cuir Superbe. Even though it's male targeted, because it's a fruity leather, I feel like it can totally be pulled off by women, but it does lean on the masculine side. This, to me, you know, Reminiscence Patchouli is targeted to women, but I feel like it's unisex enough for men to wear. This is unisex targeted, you know, for fragrances like Jovoy Psychedelique, unisex targeted. So in the end, this is very unisex, although I feel like it leans masculine. But if you're a lady and you like the idea of figs with leather, you should also give this one a try, because I don't think it's like ultra masculine, but definitely leans masculine. So then last fragrance, the third and last fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is Terra Balmant, this one right here. This is Nino Amaddeo 100 ml, 85 euros, and this is considered a woody, musky fragrance. For notes, we've got pink berries, but I believe those are pink pepper notes, jasmine in the heart, amber and musk in the base. So they don't mention a lot of notes with this one, but you know what? I feel like out of the three, this is the easiest to wear, even though you have that pink pepper note at the top. I'm not a big fan of peppery notes, as in pink pepper, black pepper. I like them to an extent, but here I feel like it's a soft rendition of the pink pepper. It's not the kind of pepper that's going to make you sneeze, but there's enough musk in this one also that covers it up and kind of like washes out the pepperiness, but even though when you smell it, you're getting the pepper right away. So this I would highly recommend for those of you that like peppery fragrances, especially pink pepper. There are some light what do you call it? There are some light rosy nuances in here, very, very light. And of course, jasmine does come in the heart. In the end, it's musky. It's very, very spicy with the pink pepper. And then there's light amber in there. But also get like a very woody pencil shavings kind of quality. And I think that's just coming from the pink pepper, you know, accord with a couple of other notes in this fragrance. So I felt like this was a very, very pleasant fragrance. Once again, even though it's male targeted, I feel like women can totally pull this off. Fragrances like the, you know, I'm not saying this smells like Santal 33 or any of the Le Labo fragrances like their Poivre. If you like fragrances like that, you should totally be able to wear this, even though it's male targeted. It isn't a masculine bottle, but I feel like it's unisex enough for a woman to wear. But in the end, it does lean on the masculine side. But it is actually a very pleasant scent. It's very woody and it's very musky. The musky is pretty prominent. But I do get a little bit of a background of pencil shavings, like chopped woods, shaved woods in the end. So doesn't credit woody notes in here, but I definitely pick it up in this one. Anyway, that's Terra Balmant from the house of Nino Amaddeo. Now, if you guys don't know this house, definitely go check out their website. I have a link in the info box. And as I said, the two male fragrances are 85 euros. Those are these two right here. And then the unisex fragrance, the Patchouli by Nino, is 95 euros. All available on their website. And now for the giveaway. So what am I going to have you do for the giveaway? I'm going to ask you to let me know which one would you like to win if you won one of them. And why would you like to win it? Tell me why you picked it, and do you like that note in the fragrance, or the main star of the fragrance as a note, and just tell me a little bit about it. And then also put your country down to participate. Please make sure to put your country down, or if you are in the USA, please put your state down. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. This is Nino Amaddeo Fragrances. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Otherwise, please like this video, please share it, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.